Hi everyone, my name is Mike with Outdoors with the Morgans. We live and work in western Pennsylvania. We have a small sawmill operation where we saw mostly Pennsylvania hardwoods like red oak, white oak, cherry, walnut. We do on occasion saw some softwoods as well, mostly for our own use. Now along with the sawmill, we also have a firewood processor, and we produce a lot of firewood. We have many different types of customers. We sell to people that burn occasionally out on their patio in their fire pit, all the way up to people that run big outdoor wood boilers. Now, along with the firewood operation and the sawmill, we also do a little bit of excavating. We do a lot of property maintenance. We have a lot of property here in western Pennsylvania, and there's always a lot to do here and a lot to take care of. But enough about all that. Today I want to talk to you about Virnig attachments. I bought my first Virnig several years ago. It's the big V60 series, 84-inch grapple, and I run that on my Kubota SVL 97-2. And this thing is incredible. Matter of fact, this field you see right here used to be all trees, and I used that big Virnig V60 on the skid loader, you know, to carry whole entire trees, brush piles, root out stumps. It's a very, very heavy duty grapple, and it works fantastic. I love the design of mine, and it's a very well built grapple, and it has to be. My skid loader weighs a little over 12,000 pounds, and that grapple, it gets some abuse. It really does, but it looks like the day that I got it, minus a few scratches and a little bit of missing paint. Now, along with my big skid loader, I also have a mini skid. It's a Vermeer CTX 160. It's been a great machine so far, but without attachments, this thing is pretty much a brick with tracks. You got to have some attachments for them. Now, I have 4 Virnig attachments for my mini skid. I've got the little 48-inch grapple. It's kind of like the baby brother to the big V60 series that I run on my big skid loader. I use the 48-inch grapple. I use it down at the wood yard. I'll take it down to the cabin to clear trails. Use it for cutting firewood, all sorts of things. It's a great little grapple and the perfect setup for this little mini skid. Along with that one, I also have a rotating log grapple, and I would say I use it most. Maybe the brush cutter, but the rotating log grapple is an unbelievable attachment. That thing punches way above its weight limit. It really does. I use that with the mini skid, and I'll go pick up logs. I work with a bunch of different tree service companies, and you know, they'll let me know if they've got a big white oak on the ground that looks good. I can take my mini skid and that Virnig rotating log grapple and pick up a dump trailer load of good saw logs for the sawmill. It works fantastic. Along with the saw logs, I also use it for cutting firewood. You can pick up, you know, a 12 or 14-inch firewood pole that's 30 feet long, and you can kind of curl it back, keep the whole thing off the ground. You can cut firewood with it. I've used it to move boulders, but mostly sawmill work and going to recover logs. I'm saving them from big chippers is what I'm doing, and we bring them back here, run them through the sawmill, and we make nice lumber for furniture. So 48-inch grapple, rotating log grapple, and I also have a power rake. Now, we do some excavating. This food plot here behind me, that power rake, I would have to say it's one of the biggest time savers I have ever seen. Matter of fact, just last week, I had to do a bunch of work on our pond, and I spread some topsoil on it, and I went down after dinner, and it took me half hour to prep everything for seed using that power rake. It's an incredible attachment. It really is. Not only can you use it for prepping a seed bed, I've used it out here at the food plot. You can reclaim old driveways with it. I even use it down at the wood yard. You get a lot of bark and debris mixed in with the stone. You can just freshen it up real quick with the power rake. Works fantastic. All of them exceeded my expectations. They really have. Now the last one, I use this probably the same amount as the rotating log grapple. And that's this right here. This is the Virnig V20 series 48-inch open front brush cutter. This thing is amazing. This is not like a brush hog on a tractor. I have one of those. I also have a flail mower. And you know what I use most for property maintenance? This right here. We have a lot of trees. We have a lot of trails. It's like a legit heavy-duty, serious brush cutter. I use it on all the invasives. Like I said, I use it to maintain our trails. And it's a nice, sweet little setup on this mini skid because we have so many trees, and you can just kind of sneak around things, get things cleaned up real nice with this. Use it at the cabin twice a year for all the trails. All the trails out here, we've got probably 3 or 4 miles of trails on the property. This is my primary tool for maintaining all of that. Matter of fact, today, we're going to take it over here on the other side back in the woods. We have a bunch of that Japanese stilt grass and some other invasives, and I'm going to start cleaning that up over there. This is going to be the future home of the new wood yard, and I want to get her cleaned up a little bit, see what it looks like, and then come up with a plan. Now, one thing about me, and you can ask anybody that knows me, they'll tell you the same thing. I don't like junk, especially when it comes to equipment. You know, you spend a lot of money on this stuff. You want it to meet or exceed your expectations, and all of my Virnig attachments have done just that. They've been a huge help around the wood yard. Like I said, going to retrieve logs, property maintenance. We do some excavating. They're just a great all-around American-made product, and I have been thrilled with them.